Hello, I'm TC.
Oh, I'm JJ.
And I'm Toy Story.
And this is the Geek Beat, presented by the Long Island Comic Guys. Now, we'll turn it over to our geek on the street for the latest news, Mr. Toy Story.
Thank you, TC. And just a reminder for any of you out there who are watching us, if you haven't liked or subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. It helps us out a lot. We put out content twice a week. We want to get in touch. We want to put stuff out for you. We want you guys to talk to us, so definitely subscribe.
Hit the alert buttons. Write some comments in the comment section.
Yeah, if you like TC's hat, say so. If you hate it, tell him so too.
Yeah, go ahead. I dare you.
He'll find out where you are. All right, shall we get it started?
Yes. What do we have? What do you have for us today, Mr. Story?
All right, so Mr. Story. So starting out with a little bit of DC extended universe rumors. So a live-action Red Hood movie is currently rumored to be in early stages of development at HBO Max.
I'm excited for this. I want to know more about. I want to now read more books about him.
Yeah,
so is this the kid? So something else I didn't know and kind of on our list is I just found out that season 3 of Titans was streaming on HBO Max. Is this supposed to be the same kid? Is he like getting his own show? Do we know?
Potentially. I don't see why they would change it. I mean, I guess they change things all the time at this point.
I mean, I watched episode 1. It's tough because I feel like when those were first coming out, I was like, wow, these are actually really good. Mm-hmm. And then Disney started doing like high grade television shows and just like, this is okay. Like, it's somewhere in between what they were doing on like the CW and what Disney's been doing on with Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. But they're much closer to the CW side.
Yeah.
So now that you mentioned, I mean, we were going to talk about, the Titans show. So spoilers, if you haven't seen it, stop now, right? I mean, we're going to spoil a little bit of it. We've only seen the first episode. Mm-hmm. There's 3 episodes out right now. I think myself and TC, we only saw episode 1. So, mm-hmm. In this, so spoiler alert, whatever you want to do with that. So in this episode, we had a character death. Now, are you saying that this character death it might result back to the Red Hood movie, right?
Who died?
He's the Red Hood.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, the Red Hood died?
Yeah, Jason Todd died.
Jason died. He got beat up by the Joker, which was a pretty cool scene. Like, it was a cool. They showed like the back of the Joker, like very skinny, and you heard the laughter. I mean, it was.
They did a lot of it in like shadow and darkness, so you don't really see the Joker. But I mean, it's not how it happened in the comic books, obviously. But it's, I mean, that he does do that to him, and you think he's dead and stuff like that. But
it was pretty cool scene. I mean, that whole segment. First episode was okay, I guess. There's a lot going on. I know they brought in Barbara Gordon, who is now the commissioner of Gotham.
Yeah.
She is in a wheelchair. So this takes place, I guess after the Killing Joke.
So they're staying true to like the comic book stuff, kind of?
I think they're trying to. I'm going to be honest. I didn't care for her character.
I didn't either.
And it also seems like they're going with not that she was like has a spinal injury. It looks like she only had one leg.
So in real life, she does have one leg.
Really?
I love that about it. That they casted somebody who actually had a disability. That's awesome.
Yeah, she lost her leg in a car accident because I looked it up because it was bothering me. She bothered me. I don't think she fit in the flow of this show. Maybe episode 2 and 3 will be a little different. But yeah, she does have one leg. I don't know. Maybe they'll bring that into it. Mm-hmm. I'm curious to know. But yeah, you do definitely see one leg.
Interesting.
Maybe they'll save that too. Maybe it was tucked. I don't know. It was a little weird. I like that the Beast was a little more. I'm not gonna say vicious, but a little more.
Beast Boy.
I like that. He was good.
Is that the green-haired kid on the bottom?
The green-haired kid. Yeah. I got a little confused because I kind of know how season 2 ended, and this just didn't fit right. I guess I don't know.
I think it did. I think it's just been so long since we saw it. So I think for the most part, everything kind of went the way it ended. I think there's just we only got so much in that first episode.
Yeah.
We'll probably learn more about what happened with
Donna,
Raven and Donna, and Hawk and Dove. I think show up in like the third episode or something again. So we'll see. I would like to see Beast Boy change into something other than the tiger as well. So
I think he's trying to. It looked like he was trying.
Yeah,
to
he's trying to
out.
figure it out. Yeah.
But you got a chance to see Superboy, and you got a little bit more action from Crypto, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a cool scene.
So, I have high hopes for this. I enjoyed season 1 and 2. I'm hoping season 3 is still on track.
I hope you lower them a little. I think it's okay. I don't have high hopes for it.
Well, it was, first episode wasn't that bad.
Nice.
Okay.
Right.
I'm not currently watching it, but you guys, I gotta say, you guys aren't selling me too well on it, but we'll see.
And the other thing, one more point is, I wish Bruce Wayne was a little younger. I just think he's a little too old. I don't know.
It's funny too. Like, I actually liked him in previous seasons, and now I'm just like,
he's not a Bruce Wayne.
He's the guy.
He's Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the guy who dies.
He was
for the Queen.
Yeah, he was Khaleesi's like.
I can't remember his name now.
Love interest, like he was in love with her.
He was in love with her.
He was in love with her.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The old guy who started turning into stone. That guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know his name. But
damn, that show went completely out of my head after
that. Yeah. Fun fact: that guy was also in the first Tomb Raider movie.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. All right, move on.
Moving on. How about some Star Wars news, guys?
What?
So the Ahsoka series that's coming, starring Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano, is reportedly looking for an actress to play the live-action Sabine Wren, who you would know from Star Wars Rebels.
And that's confirmed, or that's speculation?
No, they're looking. It's an active. They are actively looking. I know the girl that voices her on Rebels showed some interest in it. I think her name was like Tara Sakar or something like that. She was the voice of her in Rebels, and I know she was showing interest, but she doesn't have the look. I know you can change somebody's look, but I don't think she fits into that role.
It's always interesting too. Like Ahsoka, obviously, is a very like. I was gonna say it's tough to represent an originally animated character live action. With Ahsoka, I feel like it's a little easier because it's not a human.
Makeup and stuff like that, yeah.
Because you could always make up something like that. Do up makeup, whatever.
I feel like all these people who have been hoarding those books now, those Kanan 3s or whatever it is, Kanan 6s, are really happy to hear this confirmation.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Between him, so Ezra has already been kind of confirmed that they're searching as well, right? Wasn't there? I think there was
the confirmed casting of Ezra and
it was a rumored casting. So both of them are set to appear in this as the characters. We don't know who's playing them yet for sure, but they're both set to appear in this, as far as we know.
Yep,
correct.
So we'll see.
I'm excited for this.
Definitely don't buy a Kanan right now.
Exactly.
If you want to pay full price for it, it'll come down after
that. Join us every week for our complaining about comic book prices. That'll never go away. Was it Ser Jorah? Was that his name?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Ser Jorah.
Yeah.
Which I like him a lot. Just
he was really good.
He's not a good Batman. Bruce Wayne.
We should do like a retrospective on old TV shows and like review old seasons that were bad when they came out and do Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I don't want to
all these years later.
All these years. What was it? 3 years ago now?
It feels like it was 10 years ago.
I think I know we're going off topic, but I just finished watching the entire all seasons like a month ago.
Like for the first time?
No, again, just because I was bored. I keep it on the background. Now I'm on The Sopranos.
Ooh, nice. You see that movie coming out?
With this kid, right?
Yeah.
All right,
back on track. Star Wars, more Star Wars. So we got a trailer today for Star Wars Visions, which is coming to Disney Plus on September 22nd. JJ, would you like to talk a little about this?
This was pretty cool. So these are Japanese directors that did these.
Six different anime studios.
Right. So all Japanese. They're actually in Japanese, and they're being dubbed into English. They've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shows. 9 shows they've got.
I think it's 8 or 9. Yeah.
The first one they've got is called The Duel, and all these are directed by famous Japanese directors, and they've got a lot of great voiceovers on this. You know, you've got Lucy Liu. I've seen some other big actors on this.
For the English version, obviously, right?
Say again?
For the English version, obviously, right?
Yes, yes. Yep. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So we got some great voiceovers on this. But I mean, you know, the animation is just, it's all Japanese animation. It's beautiful. I mean, I thought it was. I don't know what your guys' view on this. But
I'm not crazy into anime. I have a lot of friends who are. I watched a couple of them, like Full Metal Alchemist and all that. I enjoy them. I love this style. I'm so happy to see 2D animation again too.
Yeah, I love the style. This style, it fits nicely with Star Wars.
But this style, but also if you saw the trailer, it looks like every episode is going to have a different style within that.
Yes.
So that's going to be really cool to see.
And I mean, I think they nailed it. I'm very excited for this. You know, I guess the first one they've got is called it's called The Duel. Is the first episode coming out?
I mean, this would not have been on my bingo card of what they're going to do next for Star Wars. So
no, I mean, look at that. I mean, it looks beautiful to me, and it just fits. Samurai and Jedi. I'm excited.
I'm not interested.
That's fine. Are you going to watch it though?
No, probably not.
I love that they take different takes on this, you know, different.
I mean, that's
cultures.
cool. It's just, when I saw it, I was just like, it just didn't appeal. It didn't really appeal.
Yeah, I think they're trying to grab like a different demographic of people,
which I think is fine. And if other people get into it, I think that's cool. If that paves the road, as they say, I guess. To it. And I think this is Visions is like something Disney and Marvel's doing as like, is it like an Asian heritage thing as well?
That I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that.
Because I think Marvel did a book titled Visions as well.
Yeah,
and it was also like celebrating all like the Asian creators in comics and stuff like that. Well, the Marvel ones at least. I don't think Jim Lee was part of it. Yeah. Cool. So, that company's on a ticking time bomb anyway.
Yeah, that's all. But yeah, September 22nd coming out, and I'm excited to see what it's going to be. It's going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah. Even if we get one season out of it, like it's something different. It's something different story takes. I'm okay with that.
Hell yeah.
All right, you guys can tell me all about it.
Can do.
All right, moving on. I don't know if you guys are into Clerks at all, but I really like Clerks. Clerks 3 started filming earlier this month in New Jersey, in the original spot where the first one was filmed. Kevin Smith just did an interview with Vanity Fair and showed the first picture of all 4 of them on set, and she did not age. I don't think since the last one.
He did. The kid on the left.
Oh my God! Yeah. What was his name? Elias.
One ring to rule them all.
So did you guys? I don't remember if we talked about this. Did you guys ever get into these movies?
Oh yeah.
I've never seen Clerks.
It's weirdly hysterical. I don't know. I love them. I don't know why.
I've seen a lot of like the Jay and Silent Bob stuff. I've just never seen Clerks. I think I've seen everything after Clerks that he's done.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because Clerks, the first Clerks and Clerks 2 are totally 2 different movies. Yeah. Like, it's, you know, obviously one's in black and white and very, very low production. I mean, they pretty much did it with a camcorder and had a bunch of friends who, you know, filmed this thing. But then they went, you know, full-blown motion picture direction for Clerks 2. So there's a big difference between the two. I like Clerks 2.
It's good.
More than I like the first one.
Yeah.
It was great.
He's
soundtrack.
hysterical. The guy on the right, Jeff Anderson.
Oh yeah.
My God.
Oh yeah.
And this movie almost didn't happen because he was so reluctant to come back and do it. And Kevin Smith didn't want to do it without him. So he was like, if you're not doing this movie, if you don't want to be in this, I'm not doing the movie. So I think after Kevin Smith had that heart attack a couple of years ago, that made him want to do this movie, and you got him to agree. And so they started filming earlier this month.
And, you know, they haven't been doing anything. Like, what have these guys done?
No, we see that guy who plays Dante at cons all the time.
That's his one thing.
I mean, these 4, there's only one that made it big.
Yeah,
you know,
and she's huge right now, and
I'm
she
shocked
still
that
went back to do it.
And she went did this. So it says a lot about her, I guess. I don't know.
Was she in the first one too?
Just
Not the
second.
first one, second one.
Second,
Yeah.
So, as long as they bring back, the donkey, right?
Oh yeah, no. You really should watch some TV.
Sally.
Eventually, it's always been kind of on my list. I just never have gone out of my way. I think he did a interview like after they released like the Master of the Universe Revelations. Mm-hmm. He actually did an interview at the comic shop that they all own or whatever. The Secret Stash. He did it there, and he's like, "Yeah, it's like I just came from across the street from like we started filming Clerks 3 today or whatever." So I was like, that was pretty funny.
And isn't he doing a Mallrats 2 also?
I think he wants to. I don't know if he is, definitely.
I think last year or a year and a half ago, they were doing like production, like casting calls for that for people just to like go to the mall and be filming this. I think cool. I think they actually filmed a lot of it already.
That I have seen.
Interesting.
That's funny. The whole Batman, him and his Batman that was hysterical.
Yeah. Stan Lee shows up.
That's great. But yeah,
I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see Jason Mewes again. Oh my God, always funny.
Yep. Less burnt out. Let's hopefully.
No. Maybe for a Not 80s movie review, we'll do the first one day.
Yeah. And that would be a 90s review, right? Because that came out in the
90s, right? I think it was the 90s, yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to come up with a name for that one, though.
We can't do it until I come up with a catchy name.
Exactly. then we'll greenlight it.
All right, moving on. So New York Comic Con is still happening as of today, but they just announced this week that you must show either proof of a full vaccination or a negative COVID test to get it.
Today being the day we recorded this, August 17th.
Now, this surprises me because I thought they were going to cancel it, honestly. So the fact they're going ahead with it is interesting.
I still think they're going to cancel it because they got to go by what New York laws, and they're starting to shut crap down again.
I know. Who knows what it's changing so quick? Who knows what it'll be in 2 months?
And who really wants to go to that COVID infested show? Like it's just it's too many people, and it's going to get shut down.
And they didn't limit capacity that much.
No.
I mean, the car show already got closed down, but I feel like that doesn't bring the type of money that this will, and I think that's why this
the car show does usually because it's so much longer.
It's
so this
longer.
definitely brings more in a shorter period of time.
Right.
So maybe that's why.
Isn't the car show like a week or two or something?
It's like 2 weeks. I
didn't realize that.
Yeah, it might even be longer. I think it's even longer than that. It's a long time.
I think 10 years New York Comic Con will be 2 weeks.
Right.
If we're all still here, apparently the world's melting in the next 5 years also.
Yeah.
So buy your comic books now.
We'll take our comic book swimming. It's a good thing they have those protective CGC cases.
Well, protective cases, sir. We don't support a singular company.
Oh yes, that's true. That's true. All right. So
since you brought that up, and I know that we don't have any anything prepared to show here for this right now, but do you want to talk about that recent book that someone got graded?
Yes,
that was
I do.
Really damaged?
Yeah, so this was an Instagram post I saw today. Someone I follow who collects comics. I won't say who, obviously, but they graded a Overstreet Guide to Collecting Comics Volume 1 from 1970 or whatever. It was the first Overstreet that they did, and it came back a high grade. It was this and the other thing, but they got it back, and it was a 9.2, but there was on the bottom, when they encapsulated it, it ripped up like 2 inches of the book over it. So like it's very clearly bent over and ripped.
We'll show. I have this picture over us.
Yeah.
I'll screen grab like a little bit of the corner.
I already have it. Yep. It's
crazy.
Amazing that this happened. And like, what do you do in this? What do you think the process is in something like this?
First of all, how does something that blatant get through quality control? Like, are they just that quick and not even looking at what they're doing in encapsulation?
And it looks like it's a fresh rip from.
Yeah, it wasn't like that one. It doesn't get that great at 9.2 with that rip.
Yeah. It's just so frustrating now, and it's from everything I hear, I don't care. Like that's something that it's like, hey, I want this replaced. Like you go out, find another one in a 9.2, and or better. And, whatever, I'll pay the difference for like a 9.4. But, they're not even doing that. They don't care. They just don't care. And that's the thing that really grinds my gears about that.
I've always said, because people, not everybody, but people a lot of the times, and I'm guilty of this too, they like to, put down a lower value on CGC to get the lower tier so that it's not as much insurance coming back on shipping. But that's what they pay you out of when they screw up. So if you declare a $100,000 book $200, guess what? If they screw it up, you're getting $200. So
it might be a similar situation, yeah.
Yeah, I would say I don't know. What
I don't even know like how much does something like that go for.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I assume.
I mean, it's cool too. Like I would love to have one. Like not necessarily maybe grade it, but just to have one of those, I think would be cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
And and it's not just that. I mean, there's a lot of other problems. There was another incident where, I just read about it. I used to watch the guy did a box opening where he sent a comic to another grading company, and he actually put the autograph on there of the artist, and it got
City Limits shared that video.
Oh, did they? It came up in one of my feeds.
Yeah, so it was a Sarah Pacelli. So the guy did like a Sarah Pacelli interview. It wasn't like a big book, and it was. And we'll say who it is. I mean, it was CBCS, and it sent it through the verification.
To do the verification. So
yeah, so he practiced like her signature over and over, and even like when he's recording himself doing it, he's like, "And I'll show you." He's like, "Oh, that looks like crap." He's like, "I don't even like." He's like, "I did a lot of other ones that were better than that," and he sent it in, and it got approved. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like, do I think it was overlooked? 100%, because it was Sarah Pacelli on like a book that I wasn't even familiar with, probably a low grade book.
He said it was a
non-key, so it's like, oh, it looks close enough. Like they sent it to the guy who's like, hey, this is the picture of it, this is the signature. It's like, okay, and threw it along. I mean, that's like, I get, why people would want to go the witness route to a certain degree. Like I get my stuff certified because I saw it, like the stuff that I've gotten done. But I mean, I don't know for 100%. People I would sell it to, they don't know 100% sure that I saw it. I mean, it's just my word.
Well, here's the question: have you guys ever seen we're getting off topic, but have you guys ever seen a CBCS label that says unverified signature?
I have.
Unverified.
Yeah,
I
think I've seen one. I haven't seen very many at all where they haven't verified the signature.
So like so that's what they would do. They would encapsulate.
It says unverifiable signature and then writes the name of the person.
Yep.
But they do encapsulate it, yeah. But I haven't seen many of those. So like, how many are getting through that are fakes?
I have one of those, and I got the signature done, but nobody was there to witness this. And this was before they had the yellow label, verified. So mine.
So it was actually by the guy, but it was unverifiable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And it's on my wall right over there.
I think it's verified, not witnessed. JJ, you sure? It says unverified for sure.
I have to double check it again. It's a red label.
Yeah, the red label was what they were doing. So now everything gets a yellow, which is a problem. Yep. So I actually like that they did that. Look, and I think the reason they did that is because people complaining that they couldn't sell them. Mm-hmm. So it's there's no distinction between what is verified and what is what is witnessed now.
Yeah, for real.
I'll have to check it at some point.
Yeah.
I have a red label. It was one I got from Amanda Connor. It was art and signature with her and Jimmy.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, so that got off track a little bit, but
all right.
Always love to talk stuff like that. All right, so next up, a little bit of comic book news. So from both DC and Marvel. So these are for new solicitations for books coming out over the next few months. So in the Batman world, Bruce Wayne's leaving Gotham for a while, and someone else is going to be taking up the mantle of Batman.
So I'm just going to clarify a little bit there. So it's unclear if somebody's going to actually become the new Batman. There is Jace Fox, I think that's Lucius Fox's son or something. He's already kind of rolling around as a Batman. From what
Batman?
He's referring to himself as Batman, but the other Batman's still around. So I don't know if he's going to step more into that role, but they say it's there's going to be all the Batman titles are going to kind of mention it, and it's going to be the Bat family. I think that kind of each takes a piece of defending the city. It's we're actually going to do a whole episode on these revamped and different characters taking over classic roles. But yeah, it's kind of unclear like what's going to happen there. You'll definitely hear more from us on it in a soon to be released episode.
There you go.
And similar situation for Spider-Man. Ben Reilly's supposedly taking over, and it's a little bit unclear what's going to happen with Peter Parker. Again, like that's going to be discussed in depth in like our next episode coming out Monday.
Cool. Lots of changes in comics.
I just wanted to mention that now because it's been mentioned before. We just haven't touched upon it. I think the Batman one is fairly fresher. The Spider-Man one we kind of already knew about for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Been hinted at for a while, at least.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. We'll be talking a lot about that. Hell yeah. All right, next up. So I wanted to bring this up because I think it's freaking crazy. So I think I've talked about the Avatar: The Last Airbender show a couple times. It's my favorite show of all time. I watched it since I was a kid. I watched it twice a year. But so this Kickstarter came up at the beginning of August. It was for an Avatar role-playing game. So like similar-ish to Dungeons & Dragons. It's a tabletop role-playing game. Their goal was $50,000, and as of now, 2 weeks after it started, they have 50,000 backers and have made over $6 million on it.
What kind of game is this? It's a tabletop game?
Tabletop role-playing game.
Yep,
So what, they can give everybody a gold?
Dude, there's so many stretch goals. Oh my god, it's crazy.
This is crazy.
Like this show is ridiculously popular, but I didn't.
Yeah, my little brother was into it for a while.
Yeah, I didn't think that it would get this many. Like I think within a day it made $2 million within a day or two.
I don't get it.
It's crazy. They've got so many stretch goals now. They had to keep adding them because they had to keep adding incentives.
Over $6 million.
Do you know off the top of your head like what's like the highest tier goal backing?
Yeah, $200.
That's the highest one.
Yep.
So that's the most you can like donate for like a category.
Yeah, I have the stats right here. I think so. $200 or more. 12,000 people did that.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get the game with that?
Yeah. What do you get for that $200?
It's a whole pack. So we'll show the picture, but it's D&D style with like the books and stuff. So you got all the books, you got the expansion packs, you got a set of regular dice, and they're doing like these collectible metal dice. And whatever all the stretch goals are, they're adding a lot. It's like characters. Yeah.
They're not woolly mammoth dice though. Woolly mammoth bone dice.
Yeah, your woolly mammoth dice are unbeatable.
I don't have those actually.
I just did a Kickstarter for dice. They're amazing looking.
Nice.
I'll have to show them later. But yeah, amazing. I love dice. This is amazing. $6.2 million.
Yeah, and still got 15 days. I mean, it might hit 10 million. Who knows?
Holy cow! Did you back this?
Oh, I did the $200 one.
So who are you going to play this with? I
actually have like a group of like 8 to 10 friends who are obsessed with the show. So
not us. Got it.
Not you guys.
Just
not
confirming.
you guys, but
that's
you're available for that game night.
This was very much a show from like my generation, but everybody watches it like once a year or something. It's crazy.
That's F-top. You won't let us get involved.
You can. Would you want if you guys want to watch the show? I'll invite you guys.
Do you have to have previous knowledge of the show to play the game?
I mean, it's probably not, but it'll probably be good. Also, it's a really good show. You should watch it.
Let's keep it moving.
All right, so you guys want to do our what if review?
Sure. What if?
What if what?
So what if the new episode came out last week? What if the new Disney Plus series?
What if Captain Carter were the first Avenger?
That's right. I was getting there.
Yeah.
Peggy Carter.
We haven't seen second episode yet. I know it came out yesterday, but this is being recorded before that.
That's right. I didn't even realize this show was out until I think one of you guys told me. The same thing with Titans 3.
Yeah, did you guys watch What If? And you're like, what?
there was no, I didn't see any dates or anything else like that. So this was a complete surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I don't know. What did you guys think about the animation on this?
I really enjoyed it. It was very. You know what it reminded me of? Did you guys ever play the? Well, I know you didn't, TC, but did you ever play the Walking Dead Telltale games?
Like comic book like-ish,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Reminded me. This style reminds me of that very much.
Yep.
I thought it was really cool, very different. I really like the colors. Like the show was very dark. I think dark and like dark bright colors almost.
Right.
I really enjoyed that.
And they highlighted more on her. Like she had most of the color. Just I guess like Captain America in the movies.
Yeah.
So Haley Atwell did voice Peggy Carter, aka Captain Britain.
Mm-hmm.
They brought back a lot of the.
They actually don't call her Captain Britain. They call her Captain Carter.
Yeah.
Captain Carter.
Yeah, she's got the British. That's funny.
Yeah.
They put the British flag there.
They did bring back a lot of the actors from the Avenger movies to voice over.
Well, everyone who was in the first Avenger movie, right? Pretty much.
Pretty much. The only one wasn't Chris Evans wasn't in this. Somebody else played him. Somebody named Josh Keaton.
Sounded pretty good, honestly.
He did.
Yeah.
Good for the skinny guy. But it was nice to see everybody brought back into this.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Sebastian Stan was a little wimpy. He sounded a little kid-like.
He was also in it for it was only like 2 lines.
His voice turned me off. I guess he's just not made for animation because I didn't like his voice.
I liked it. I thought it was fine. It sounded just like Bucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I must have missed this scene, or it was like a second. I don't remember hearing Tucci's voice in this. Stanley Tucci.
Really?
Yeah. Like maybe I missed like the 1 second he was in it, but
he was at very beginning. Like he had a few lines. He sounded exactly the same. The guy who played Howard Stark, Dominic Cooper, sounded the same.
Mm-hmm.
Brought back Samuel L. Jackson, which is hysterical.
Very funny.
And I love the narrator, the guy who plays the Watcher, Jeffrey Wright. Like I love that guy. He's got such a great voice, and I think it's perfect as a Watcher.
Oh, he's great. He's also going to be Commissioner Gordon, right? In
yes.
In the Robert Pattinson Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I really like him. He's always like fantastic in everything he does, Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah.
He's so good.
And then the guy who voiced I'm not sure if he voiced it. Was he in character at the time? But the guy who did Red Skull in Infinity War and Endgame, he voiced the Red Skull in it. What's the Ross McQuaid or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ross Marquand. Yeah,
Marquand. Yeah, I like it. Everybody fit their part. It was great.
Yeah.
So, what do you like about the actual like story?
It was a little. This episode, I thought, was a little. I mean, they basically had to recap Captain America 1, and then fit a whole original story into it. So I thought it was.
Go ahead. Oh, sorry.
No, I just thought it was a little too packed in for a half hour, and too jumped around a little too much. But it's still enjoyable, I think. It's
funny because I thought the pacing wasn't bad. I was like, because I was thinking about it the whole time. I was like, this is only 30 minutes. It's just like they had to fit like a whole 2-hour plus movie. And I think they hit like all the important scenes. And even like, they threw a couple extra like, unique scenes in there as well.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Yeah. So I actually liked the pacing and, how they did everything and like the story and so how there was like the relationship between the two of them was really fun. So I actually thought it was really well done. And from what I'm hearing, like the stuff that happens here will have an effect to some degree in the Marvel universe, in the MCU.
I think everything's connected. Yeah, even this stuff.
Don't be surprised if this isn't the last time you see, these iterations of these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We may end up seeing, Agent Carter as Captain Carter live action. You never know.
Who knows?
I mean, once the multiverse slams into each other, anything's possible.
So one of the weirdest things was you had the skinny Steve Rogers because he didn't get the super serum. Kind of a little twist to this whole thing where he was given basically an Iron Man suit called the Hydra Stomper years before Tony Stark. I'm not sure where that's going to play into this whole seeing that basically Howard Stark came up with the Iron Man suit
I think it was
powered by the Tesseract.
Yeah, I think there was some degree of that he had the idea to make something like that at that point. I don't know if they really dove into it too much, but I think there was like, inklings that Howard had the idea to build something similar to that. He just didn't have like the power, something to power it or something like that kind of deal. But yeah, it was good. I liked his character in it. I really enjoy Dominic Cooper. I don't know why he's not in more stuff. Like, I feel like he's really good. But I mean, all the other characters too. Like, everyone did a great job. I liked, even bringing back like people like Dum Dum Dugan. That's smaller character, but you get Neil McDonough or McDonough or however you pronounce his last name. It was well done, and I think it was a good first one. Do we know what the second one is? The one that came out yesterday? I'm not sure what that is yet.
Not yet. I didn't realize, even I know one of them's coming out as the Black Panther, and the guy that played the Black Panther.
That was his last.
That's crazy.
Chadwick.
I think it's he winds up with the Ravagers, so he kind of gets taken instead of Peter Quill.
Oh.
So that's actually one from all the ones I've heard. That's actually been the one I've been the most excited to see, because that's gonna be pretty cool seeing T'Challa as like Star-Lord.
Interesting.
And I do like how it's like, they're taking the scenes and then just kind of altering them a little bit with like the different personalities of like the characters. It's been pretty fun. It was fun to see that. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of them for sure.
High hopes for this. It looks like it's going to fit perfectly into the whole multiverse.
I'll be honest. If I were to give like this just the first episode a grade, I would probably give it an 8.5.
Interesting. I'd go like 7.5 probably.
Yeah,
but still good. Still very good.
I'm probably in between you guys. An 8.0 on that. It was good. It was good. Yeah. Looking forward to more of them. Do we know how many episodes they're doing?
I think like maybe 8 or 10.
Yeah, probably 8.
Good. Cool deal. Cool spin on it all.
All right. Well, that's the Geek Beat for the week. I'm TC.
I'm JJ.
And I'm Toy Story.
Thanks for getting geeky with us.